strange enough, the first time I heard that after 12 is lunch, I heard that as when I was a young guy, like young like Marcus and them, those guys.
I am the youngest here. Yeah.
And even seriously, first time I ever heard that I would have been late teens. And when I heard that, then I was actually totally against that. I felt that was totally improper even at that early age. I think I was like after 12, so from since I was a young person, I looking down here, looking in school, and looking down at people in first home, second home. You don't want any part of them. That they definitely too young. So when you hear these sort of things, they're kind of all that people saying and suggesting these things. As I went along, I always remember evening I was by a barber shop and some much older gentlemen came in and they making those sort of statements and they were actually boasting, comfortable, talking about sexual exploitations and so forth, relationships they're having with young females, and one giving the other serious kudos about it, and they're going on and talking about things like, young girls, and they're talking about describing features and why why it's so much more appealing to be with a young person at certain sort of age groups. And I was shocked that one, what they're saying totally shocked me, and then two, the comfort they had in saying that, because they didn't know me and the next person I was there with, and they were just so comfortable saying that, almost as if everybody's supposed to accept that having sexual relations with persons below the legal age.
I think initially that was a term that wasn't familiar to me at all. I mean, in my school days, it just didn't exist. Although the issue existed.
After 12,
after 12 is lunch.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a normal thing. And I think that is what it is hinting to, that probably for me makes it a little disturbing. That it has become so normal. You understand me? That it is part of the practice and accepted by everybody.
If you look back at the reality of what happened, you realize that there are teachers who marry to students. Let's go there. I have stories from girls who went to school now who see teachers and hate them.
Because of that.
What they have done to them at the time it was school.
Yes.
And now they're afraid to speak out on it. And they say, and even, I want to close here, not even in school alone. Parents long ago going out, go over by Jean.
Yeah.
And the whole thing start by Jean. When the husband come home, call them, give them candy, start playing with them, rubbing with them. At that tender age, the body gets sensitive, they relax. So it's not now, it's a cultural thing.
One of the things that people fail to realize, and it has been my passion because it upsets me so much, and there's nothing much done about it because it's taboo and it's culture, is incest. And people tend to drive away from that norm of incest because incest has been happening in the home. Not just going out into the schools and the teachers falling in love with the students or whatever it is. It have incest in the home, the grandfather with the granddaughter or whatever it is, of some sibling getting pregnant for some family relative. Sometimes the issues that has happened at home, sometimes children take that out to find that solace in having to talk to someone, right? And maybe trying to get that person to adapt or to talk to, or to be a friend or something like that, or a father figure or a mother figure. Sometimes that it is twisted now to something that seems like love, that may appear to be love, but it's not love, and then therefore, right?
Nigel, is it the children who are having the attraction? Is it the children who are falling in love, or the younger girls falling in love, or is it a cultural practice or accepted norm
It could
that
never
for
be love.
older men
We know
to target, especially
Because
the young girls?
I
Is
wanted-
it
know that, right?
But we are supposed to live in a society where we protect our children.
Sure,
Right.
right?
And in fact, the issue for me is a human rights issue.
Right.
Because human rights is about survival and development and shaping a society so that we are all able to achieve our highest potential. And what I find in Tobago, as a society, we have failed to protect the weaker ones. We have failed to protect our children. And it's time for us to take action so that after 12 is lunch does not become the norm, but it should be despised. And how do we do that? If we look back at how human rights, I'm sorry, that's me. That's my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to jump in here, right? I want to jump in and give a bit of personal experience when it comes to after 12 is lunch.
Yeah.
Now, I started cricket coaching. I accepted the job. The principal told me, hey, be careful of those young girls, right? They will come after you. But in my mind, I have been taught not to trouble young girls in that sense. I was well groomed. My mom grew me up in a kind of particular way. And I studied that. So and then I started my coaching, and you know, days gone by, I see the girls starting. You know, they started off with track pants, and then they moved from track pants to short skirts.
Yeah.
So they're on your way. They're on your way, and then you know they start to move from silk to Marcus.
Okay.
They're on your way. So you know, I still have it in my mind that hey, I came here to teach cricket, and I am teaching cricket. And then lo and behold, I went to Juve a morning some years ago. I did, you know, enjoy myself in the Juve, and one of those same little girls came whining back. You see the girl, so they're my boys as well, and I push her away. I say, hey, what's going on here? What's going on here? You know, my boys laughed at me. But what's going on with you? You know, instead of laughing and encouraging me to school the young girl, they grabbed her and they enjoyed themselves because I mean, the way how she looked, boobs, everything, bottom, but she was like 10, 11 in that sense. So I think men, some men who have lower self-esteem are attracted to those young girls who they can, you know, they can easily get the better of.
That's right.
Because it's easy to come, hey, I'm going to pick you up this afternoon. And she like that. Hey, Marcus, come and pick me up this afternoon. Nice, right? I'm thinking, okay. You know, and when I went back to school the following week, you know, I was calling him, what's your IMS day? I give you a wine and you can take it. Yeah, what's your IMS? And then me now, if I was that stupid, I'd say, oh, you want to play girl? You're a baby girl.
There's a story. There's a story. Hold on. Let me just make this point. There's a story. 1 out of 1,000. I applaud you for that.
Right? At the age of 12, 13, young girls want daddy. They fall out with mommy. It's daddy they're looking for. And you know them looking for that attachment to a male person who want to tell them they're looking nice, make them feel good. And at the same time, they're having those hormonal things going on with them inside of there. So you're looking for that attachment and somebody to provide some of the physical needs that you have on a day-to-day basis, especially when your parents are not doing it. Or
We need to open up these issues within our society. We need to start talking about them and we need to start dealing with them. Our children need to be protected. Just think, in the next 20 years, there are a number of children who have been abused in our homes and we are not doing anything, we are turning a blind eye. And we really need to stop it. It's time for it to stop. Each and every one of us have a role to play. It's not just to say that it's the police, it's not the priest, but each and every one of us, in some way, we can contribute to dealing with this problem.